turnover intention of workers in primary care provider in the local community in a COVID-19 world. Yong Park, Jong Park, Shin, Myeong. Next 30 of research. Primary care works and are responsible for considering all services that suit the diverse taste of consumers and systematics and continuous management of primary medical institution works in emerging as an important issue because organizational commitment can change customer satisfaction and customer loyalty. This point of view, as the role of primary medical care works directly participate in service from production-oriented system in the past recently. The role of primary care works in gradually expanding to job satisfaction of primary care works play a very important role in management. Satisfaction is a basic element in the organization human resource management. Because job satisfaction results differently in accordance with how much affection they have for the company related to the job. Suddenly, a hypothetical model is established to explain the impact on the turnover intention of primary care works in the community, and the suitability is verified to identify the direct and indirect impact of factors affecting the turnover intention of primary care works in the community in COVID-19 world. This aims to improve job satisfaction and organizational commitment of primary care works, reducing turnover intention, contribute to the great customer service and maximizing of organization of global and goals, and provide the base data for the efficient human resource management of primary care works in the COVID-19 world. Purpose of research. The purpose of this study is to establish the hypothetical model that explains the impact of the turnover intention of primary care works in the community, and to identify the direct and indirect impact of the factors affecting the turnover intention of primary care works in the community in a COVID-19 world. And set up a hypothesis. This study intended to present a research model of this study to investigate the relationship of their turnover intention of primary care works in the community in a COVID-19 world. Therefore, based on previous studies on compensation, job satisfaction, organizational commitment, and turnover intention perceived by works in primary medical institutions in the community. Hypothesis, and according to this, H1 compensation perceived by works and primary care in the community will have a significant impact on job satisfaction H to the compensation process by works that primarily care in the community will have a significant impact on organizational commitment. H3. The compensation process by works at primary care in the community will have a significant impact on term of intention. H4. Job satisfaction of works at primary care in the community will have a significant impact of term of intention. H5. Organizational commitment of works at primary care in the community will have a significant impact on term intention. Method. Research design. This study is a structure model study that verifies the peak of the model after establishing a hypothetical model for the intention to identify the factor influencing the intention of the primary care works in the community. Research object. Subjects are working at 5 primary care in the local communities in Seoul and Gangwon, Korea. The recommended number of subjects for the maximum likelihood method, which is commonly used as an estimated value in the structural equation, is preferred roughly at about 200 people. Therefore, in the study, a questionnaire was distributed to 200 people, and the final subject were 187, excluding 13 people with insincere response. The collected data were analyzed using SPS Windows 22 version and Amos 21. The general characteristics and measurement variables of the subject were analyzed by descriptive statistics, and reliability of research tool was verified by Chroma alpha value, and the validity was verified by CFA. The normality of sample was confirmed by Shin and process. The data using the structure equation model should assume multivariate normality, but it is not realistic to examine the binding distribution for all variables. The multivariate normality can be reviewed through investigation of bivariate normal distribution, such as multicollinearity between major variables was analyzed by Pearson correlation coefficient for the estimation of the structure model. The maximum likelihood classification was used, assuming multivariate normalized the fitness of the hypothetical model is standard value. Chi-square goodness of the fit index CFI, adjusted goodness of fit index, incremental fit index, comparative fit index, standard size root mean square less 0 root mean square error of approximation was analyzed. Bootstrapping method was used to verify the effectiveness of the research model. Characteristics of survival subject. The researcher analyzed the general characteristics of 187 works in the primary care was follows. First of all, 169 women, 19.4%, and 80 men, 9.6%. Those more female works, indicating that most of the works at primary care provider were women. The age distribution of works was 55, 29.4% in their 20s, 63, 33.7% in their 30s, and 20.9% in their 40s. Salary was found in the order of 75 people, 14.1%, 42 people under 1.5 million won, 22.5%, 35 people, 80.7% over 3.5 billion won, 18.7%, 74 nursing assistant, 39.6%, 61 nurse, 32.6%, 42 administrative, 22.5%, and 10 others, 5.3%. Test research analysis of research model. In order to verify of the overall structure model of this study, an analysis was conducted using the maximum likelihood method. Here, since each research unit has too many indicators to construct a form of model recognition may occur during analysis of structure equation using an arithmetically average value of the sub-concept of the configuration as in an item. Measurement was conducted as a result of performing using Amos 21. The stability is 63.727. The F as shown in table 10 equal 12 mean df 5.311. P-value dfi equal 0.908. AGFI equal 0.886. RMR equal 0.025. NFI equal 0.916. CFI equal 0.930. An optimal model was believed by representing 961. On the other hand, as a result of examining the explanatory power explained by the exogenous value of the value of job satisfaction is 0.678, 67.8%. Organizational commitment is 0.67, 606, 600.632, 63.2%, and turnover intention appear to be 368. 46.8%. Qualification of research hypothesis. Table 4. So the result of research hypothesis test between job satisfaction of organizational commitment, which are parameters of compensation perceived by work in primary medical institutions. First, the hypothesis H1 that compensation perceived by primary medical institutions works affect job satisfaction is 0.795. T equals 8.843 value was found to have a statistical significant impact on hypothesis H2 that compensation perceived by works with hypothesis H2 influence organizational commitment at 0.824. The value is observed as and the hypothesis was adopted in addition to standardization competence or hypothesis, which is that compensation has a positive impact on turnover intention. Hypothesis H4, which is a parameter that job satisfaction affect turnover intention, is that standardized test conditions the hypothesis was adopted as 034A, and the hypothesis H5 that organizational commitment affect turnover intention is that standardized test conditions. The hypothesis was adopted as 232. T equal minus 1.887, T equal 0.46. Finally, table 6 is the result of showing direct, indirect, and total impact of compensation perceived by primary medical institution works on the turnover intention through job satisfaction and organization commitment, which are parameters Looking at the impact of compensation processes by works in the independent variable on term intention, which is a dependent variable. The direct impact of compensation over turnover intention is minus 116, and the indirect impact through parameter is minus 0.67. To complete mediating impact discussion, while the spread of COVID-19 continues for a long time, it can be said that it is effective to reduce turnover intention and increase job satisfaction with appropriate compensation for works in primary medical institutions in local community. Reduction in the era of COVID-19 infection, yes, this is necessary to be continuous. Check the factor affecting turnover intention for works in the primary medical institutions in the community who directly care for patients. Also, it is meaningful in that it analyzes the study of building a model for turnover intention of works that primary care provider in the community. However, this study investigated only the impact of compensation, job satisfaction, and organizational commitment on turnover intention for primary care provider in two administrative disputes. So there is a limitation to generalizing cause relationship. In addition, there is a limitation in that it was not possible to consider turnover intention for works in the various institutions, only targeting works in primary care provided in local community. Accordingly, it is necessary impact expanded the area in the future to check the relationship of the turnover intentions of works in various organizations. Further research is needed about the difference on the turnover intention. As a result of verifying the turnover intention model of the primary care providers works in the study, it is necessary to check works compensation includes organizational commitment and job satisfaction to reduce turnover intention in a COVID-19 world. To realize the compensation needs to be inclusive, and the way to reinforce the organizational commitment and job satisfaction is required. As a result of the study, in final model was found to have a 36.8% explanatory power about the intention of works in a primary care provider in the community, and the compensations, job satisfaction, and organizational commitment had an impact on the turnover intention. Looking at the impact of compensation processes by works and primary care provided in the commitment, compensations is a direct impact affected of turnover intention. The indirect impact through a parameter is that it was found that the job satisfaction, the organizational commitment is a parameter is a mediate impact in a COVID-19 world. According to the result the reduction of turnover intention and through the performance of the organization, it is considered to cause the development of COVID-19 world.